Okay, this is the fourth time I'm recording this because I keep having disruption on the Riverside. But after intention always comes disruption, and this is where I'm going to prevail past it. But today's going to be a different type of video. So I was actually praying to God to show me wisdom through a story, showing me a principle to be more actionable as I have a lot of knowledge and need to act more on it. And then I randomly opened up the Bible. Randomly. I've never touched this Bible before even. I found it earlier on the bookshelf. And it's the New American Bible, basically just a translated Catholic Bible from the Vatican into the American language. And from there, I opened it to the first book of Kings, more specifically, the reign of King Solomon. And from there, I realized the connection right away as I've been listening to a lot of Myron Golden as he teaches the principles of business through the Bible. And actually yesterday, one of my friends launched his community of Lionheart Leadership, basically his teachings through the Bible as well. And from there, it's just getting started, so it's a good connection of high agency believers as well. But yeah, shout out to Mason for that. And when I randomly opened up this page, I went to the chapter before to get an understanding, and it was literally 2 paragraphs right before the actual chapter started. So it was just context of the first book of Kings. And yeah, in chapter 1, it was just saying that, and I might butcher some of these names, but forgive me. Adonijah was trying to insert himself as the next king, but Nathan informed Bathsheba, which is Solomon's mother, and they went to King David, and basically Bathsheba was asking if King David is going to keep his promise to have his son, King Solomon, be the next reigning king. And Nathan just confirmed the story after, and King David then announced that he will keep his promise in order to start commencing Solomon as the king of Israel and Judah, and then anointed Solomon at Gihon. And then while they were parading, Solomon was on the mule of King David, and the whole place was parading. So while they're parading, Adonijah went to Solomon, and Solomon just told him, "Go to your home." That was in chapter 1. So now chapter 2 is David's last instructions and death. So to Solomon he says, "I'm going the way of all mankind. Take courage and be a man. Keep the mandate of the Lord your God, following his ways and observing his statutes, commands, ordinances, and decrees." Decrees means just an official order issued by legal authority, as they are written in the law of Moses, that you may succeed in whatever you do, wherever you turn. The Lord may fulfill the promise he made on my behalf, when he said, "If your sons so conduct themselves that they remain faithful to me with their whole heart and their whole soul, you shall always have someone of your line on the throne of Israel." Then he continues, "You yourself know what Joab, son of Zeruiah, did when he slew 2 generals of Israel's armies, Abner, son of Ner, and Amasa, son of Jether. He took revenge for the blood of the war, and in time of peace, and put bloodshed without provocation on the belt of my waist and the sandal of my foot. Act with the wisdom you possess, you must not allow to go down to the grave in peaceful old age." And then he also continues more on who to envy and also keep alive, but punish with their certain actions they have had towards David. And then from there, David was rested with his ancestors in the city of David, where he reigned 7 years in Hebron, and 33 years in Jerusalem. So then once Solomon was seated, with his sovereignty firmly established, Adonijah went to Bathsheba, again that's Solomon's mother, to ask him for Abishag as his wife. So she does, and then Solomon actually orders his death, and same for Job. And then he also finished David's request by ordering Shimei to build a house in Jerusalem where he cannot leave, or he will die. So King Solomon also appointed Benaiah, who killed Adonijah and Job. And he also placed the army over in his place. And 3 years later, Shimei actually went out across the border to fetch his servants which have fled, and then they returned, but they returned to death, as King Solomon had promised that if he were to leave. But now we're in chapter 3. This is the main part where this is the main part where actually we dive into wisdom, and this is called the Wisdom of Solomon. And from here, he marries the Pharaoh's daughter, and he also has a dream and a conversation with God where he asks him of anything, and I will give it to you. So first, Solomon shows gratitude in his prayer and asks for understanding heart to judge your people and to distinguish right from wrong. And then the Lord was pleased with Solomon's request, and he replied, I give you a heart so wise and understanding that there has never been anyone like you up to now, and after you there will come no one to be equal to you. In addition, I give you what you have not asked for, such riches and glory that among kings there is not your like. And if you follow me by keeping my statutes and commandments as your father David did, I will give you a long life. And then there were 2 mothers, both that gave birth. One suffocated their child, and then it swapped the dead baby with the live baby. And then they both went to Solomon to ask for judgment. And basically, Solomon said to split the baby by sword and give each one. The first one responded, no, give the baby to the other. The second one responded, divide it, it shall not be mine nor yours. And then Solomon responds, give the first one the living child. By no means kill it, for she is the mother. And then all of Jerusalem was in awe, because he had in him the wisdom of God for giving judgment. So I left off over there on chapter 3. In chapter 4, it gives more into Solomon's glory among the area. And from there, basically, where I'm getting to the point is I simply have, and also from there, Myron Golden speaks of wisdom is almost skill stacking nowadays, where we have the skills and you just have to act on it. And that is what I was asking for, is basically pure action on all the knowledge I have. And also keep in mind, I'm not going to stop accumulating knowledge. As it just deepens your wisdom, it strengthens it. So basically, this is what I'm doing now, as I'm practicing my communication, deepening my relationship with God, and posting videos like this, as there's so much I just need to put out there. I have the skills, I have stacked those skills, and now in the age of technology and AI, I know what I can do, and I've recorded a bunch that I just haven't posted. But I am simply just going to spread my message out there, and those that are like me, as the niche is pretty much the past, present, and future me, I will just be putting out my content as I please and continuously working on it. And I'll be doing that by simply writing a news article once a week, where that's also a video script, and also all these tutorials that I have backlogged, all these vlogs that I have backlogged. I am going to hire a team around me, and I will not stop pumping out this content. Same with my 3-month program that I will be coaching one-on-one how to actually make money with AI through consulting and the agency type. So this again is just a more raw video where I'm just talking to you one-on-one, basically on my learnings. And basically today was from the Bible, as I just have to strengthen my wisdom as I have the knowledge, but strengthen it even more through pure action. And that's how wisdom is accumulated. And also, you might have been asking God for wisdom, where we had opportunities around you. I'm sure you can relate to this, where you have been pulled to an idea to learn a skill, whether that's an instrument, whether that's a sales skill, whether anything you were just drawn to, but you didn't act on it. And that is simply God showing you an opportunity of wisdom right in front of you. So wisdom is always finding you. You just have to grab it. And that's where I'll just leave you with that. So the next time you feel wisdom is calling you, take action on it. And from there, you don't know what could happen. Go into that unknown. Learn that skill. Learn whatever you're being called to. It's all coming to you. So with that said, I will see you guys in the next one. You will be seeing a lot more videos. But yeah, you could probably tell that the world is waking up more and trying to deepen their relationship with God. And if you are, I just suggest you dive into that wisdom and try to learn. Because once you fully give yourself to God's kingdom, and this is what I have been practicing myself, is He will give you an assignment and make you a king or queen of that assignment. And you're able to co-create with Him. And from there, beautiful things may happen. Maybe not. You will go through highs and lows, but who wants to stay in the middle where you don't feel much fluctuation? And another thing is, when you were called to that wisdom before, but you didn't act on it, you simply have been programmed to, I believe Myron said this, we are so programmed to not even act, as it is a protective fail-safe so that we don't fail, because we didn't act. So we can't say we tried something and failed. There is no trying. You just have to do it. Simply do it. And don't let your mind convince you otherwise. Go with your intention. Feel it from the gut. You know what you need to do. So simply do that. And with that message, I know I've been everywhere, but today, simply don't put off anymore what you know you need to do. Just do it today. Take it one day at a time, as tomorrow's worries are tomorrow's worries. Focus on today. I'll see you on the next one.